Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to the grand finale of the National Elections Quiz 2018. This long, arduous but at the same time thrilling journey which began 3 months ago with students from across the nation is finally culminating here in New Delhi, being witnessed by millions of national viewers like you through Rajya Sabha TV. It is also being live streamed on Facebook. The 12 bright kids that you see here today, some of whom have travelled thousands of miles to be here, have bested 13.5 lakh of their peers from over 38,000 schools spread across each of the 36 states and union territories of our great and diverse nation. The two fine minds who shall be crowned the first national champions of the NEQ today will win a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh. The first runners-up will be awarded rupees 80,000. Whereas the second runners-up will go back with rupees 60,000. Considering the fact that the remaining 3 teams too have proved their mettle beyond doubt by reaching this finale stage, they too will be rewarded with 50,000 rupees each. So let's meet our teams for the grand finale. We have first the teams from Jammu and Kashmir.
I am Atul Khajuria. I am from Government High Secondary School, Parnala.
Hi, I am Sonali Sihotra, student of Government Higher Secondary School, Pallan, District Kathua.
ऐसा कहा जाता है कि मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके इरादे मजबूत होते हैं। सोनाली सिंहोत्रा और अतुल खजूरिया इस कहावत पे बिल्कुल खरा उतरते हैं, जिन्होंने ना सिर्फ मंजिल हासिल की बल्कि दूसरों के लिए भी एक मिसाल बनी।
मेरा नाम अतुल खजूरिया है। आई स्टडी इन 11th क्लास इन गवर्नमेंट हाई सेकेंडरी स्कूल, परनाला, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कठुआ।
मेरा नाम सोनाली सिहोत्रा है। आई एम स्टडिंग इन क्लास 12th इन गवर्नमेंट हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल, पलन, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कठुआ।
जहां सोनाली को इंफॉर्मेटिव बुक्स पढ़ने और चेस खेलने का शौक है, वहीं अतुल को बचपन से ही नई नई चीजों के बारे में जानने की रुचि रही है। सोनाली के पिता एक गवर्नमेंट टीचर हैं, वहीं अतुल के पिता पेशे से किसान हैं।
इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से एक कुछ कंपटीशन ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ था। चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसर जम्मू का मैं बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ, जिन्होंने मेरी बेटी को जो मौका दिया।
इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने एक क्यूज कंपटीशन रखा था, जिसमें मेरे बच्चे ने भाग लिया और फर्स्ट पोजीशन हासिल की।
मैं बहुत थैंकफुल हूँ मेरी फैमिली, स्कूल और चीफ इलेक्टर ऑफिसर जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का, जिन्होंने कि मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट किया।
मैं इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया और चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसर जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ, जिन्होंने मुझे ये मौका दिया अपने आप को प्रूव करने का।
Congratulations Jammu and Kashmir for getting up to here. We have next the team from Jharkhand.
Hi, I am Aditya Kumar from DPS Ranchi.
Hi, I am Madhur Jain from DPS Ranchi and representing Jharkhand.
I am Aditya of Delhi Public School Ranchi, representing the beautiful state of Jharkhand in the national finals of NEQ. I was an avid quiz lover and have been participating in many quizzes. I was a regular member of the quizzing team of the school, so it was an easy decision for me to participate in this quiz. And after winning the national semis, we are now into the finals of the NEQ. The whole experience was a very beautiful and knowledgeable one.
सबसे पहले मैं इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा कि इतने बड़े पैमाने पर पूरे देश में क्विज कंपटीशन का आयोजन किया जा रहा है।
Hi, I am Madhur Jain from Team Jharkhand. It was really a nice experience to be a part of NEQ 2018. From a tender age, I had a good interest in studies as well as in quiz competitions. I am thankful to the ECI, my family, friends, Mrs. Geeta Chobe, Deputy Election Officer Ranchi, and our school principal sir Dr. Ram Singh to enable me to reach here.
मुझे उम्मीद है कि मधुर फाइनल में अच्छा प्रदर्शन करके अपने राज्य का नाम रोशन करेगा।
And then we have the team from Manipur.
Hello, I am Asman Menali. I am from Johar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Fukroma, Senapati, Manipur.
Hello everyone, my name is Shankar Singh Lastram and I am from Johar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Fukroma, Manipur. being a winner in Northeast Zone, it's been a really great achievement for me because the efforts that we offered during the semi-finals to reach the final stage, and rather it's been a great opportunity for me to participate in quiz program since I have interest in quiz program.
I'm thankful for the Election Commission of India, my school, Johor Navodaya Vidyalaya Fukromau, the state election department and the district election department for giving us this chance to showcase our talent and to excel in the future. And for the finals, we are hopeful that we can do something for our state and for our region in particular.
It's really proud moment for us, for all of us, that our student are representing the Northeast state. About Sankar and Asman, I would say that they are excellent students. They are very active in not only in academic but in all part of the activities. I wish them all the best and to achieve this finale, to get a laurel for the school.
Welcome Team Manipur. Next we have the team from Delhi.
Namaskar, myself Vani Saini from Jain Bharati Mrigavati Vidyalaya.
Vande Mataram, I am Shubham Khatri from Jain Bharati Mrigavati Vidyalaya.
It's a matter of great pleasure, privilege and honor for me to represent Delhi in National Election Quiz. From school level till now, it was an unforgettable experience, and definitely finals are going to be exciting and rip-roaring as well.
I have taken part in this world's largest quiz on elections, which will obviously be a huge success. My zeal knew no bounds when we were the winners of the district round and could hardly believe the fact that we had the distinct honor of representing our state, Delhi, at the national level.
Myself, Lalit Saini, father of Vani Saini. I would like to thank PCI Principal Ma'am, teachers and other staff of Jain Bharati Mrigavati Vidyalaya, her quiz partner Shubham Khatri, and especially her mother who has supported a lot for her. I wish her team best of luck for the finals.
Welcome Team Delhi. We have the team from Goa next.
Hello everyone, I am Sachin S. Panikar from People's High Secondary School, Mala, Panjim.
Myself Aslesha Naik from People's High Secondary School, Mala, Panji, Goa.
हमें बहुत खुशी है कि वो आगे जा रहे हैं।
दिशा की माताजी हूँ, मेरा नाम मीनाक्षी गोपी नायक है और वो स्टेट लेवल को गोवा में फर्स्ट आई है।
I am indeed very fortunate and proud that one of my students, Miss Aslesha Naik, studying in 12th Arts, has made it to the zonal semi-finals, which will be conducted at New Delhi by the Election Commission of India. She has been a student who has put in her hard work for this election quiz, and I personally feel that there will be a upset surely at Delhi from the Goa team.
My student Master Sachin Panikar, who also happens to be the GS of our school, has got a chance to represent Goa at the national level. It's really a proud moment for our high secondary and for the entire state of Goa that he's representing the unique quiz which is held for the first time in India, and wish him all the best from the entire staff and the management of People's High Secondary, and I'm sure he is going to come with flying colours there.
And finally, we have the team from Puducherry.
Hi, I'm R. Mithun Krishna from St. Patrick Metric High Secondary School, Pondicherry.
Hi everyone, I'm Vishnu Priya from St. Patrick Metric High Secondary School, Pondicherry.
On behalf of St. Patrick Matriculation High Secondary School, I wish our students the very best to go all the way and win the finals and bring laurels and accolades to the state of Pondicherry.
விஷ்ணு பிரியா என்னோட ஒரே மக. நான் பால் வியாபாரம் பண்ணி டீ கடை வச்சுருக்கிறேன். நான் கஷ்டப்பட்டு என் பொண்ணை நல்லா படிக்க வச்சு அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான புக்ஸ் எது எது தேவைப்படுதோ நான் வாங்கி எல்லாத்தையும் கொடுப்பேன்.
நான் விஷ்ணுபிரியாவோட அம்மா. என் பொண்ணு ரொம்ப புத்திசாலியான பொண்ணு. அவளை ஸ்கூலுக்கு கூட்டிகிட்டு போகிறது வர்றது எல்லாமே நான் தான் பார்த்துக்குவேன்.
I am Dr. Ramachandran, father of Mithun Krishna.
I am Mithun's mother. I am a medical officer working in Pondicherry. I am so happy about Mithun's victory in the semi-finals. And I should thank the ECI team, the election department Puducherry, our St. Patrick's School and also his quiz faculty.
I am Muthukumaran, the quiz trainer. I am very happy to know that Vishnupriya and Mithun Krishna have won the South Zone level in the National Election Quiz 2018. Their hard work has paid off and I wish them all the best.
Let's now go through the rules for this exciting quiz finale. We will have 40 questions in all. Initially, we will have 24 questions in two groups of 12, directed to the teams in order. Once the team hears the question, they will have 15 seconds to answer the question. If a team answers a direct question correctly, they will score 10 points. There is no negative score for wrong answers. In the event of a wrong or a pass answer, other teams may use their buzzer and give me the answer. A correct answer on the buzzer will fetch them 10 points, but a wrong answer will rob them of 5 points. So teams, use your buzzers with caution. After this, we have an interesting round of 6 questions in this finale. Then we have a quick buzzer round of 10 questions. These questions are open to all teams. The fastest to press the buzzer can answer the question. The right answer will get them 10 points, while a wrong answer will get them -5. Please remember, a team may also earn -5 points if they press the buzzer before I complete the question. If this is clear with all teams, let's start the National Elections Quiz Grand Finale with the first question directed to the team from Jammu and Kashmir. Gaya Lal, a member of the Legislative Assembly from Haryana in 1967, changed parties 3 times in a fortnight. First he went from Indian National Congress to United Front, then he went back to the Congress, and within 9 hours he went back to the United Front. What famous expression did this give rise to in Indian politics? His name was Gaya Lal. He was a member from Haryana in 1967.
Anti-defection law?
Anti-defection law is not the correct answer. Teams on your buzzers now. The team from Jharkhand jumps on the buzzer. What is your answer?
Ayaram Gayaram.
Ayaram Gayaram, from his name Gaya Lal, is correct. 10 points to the team from Jharkhand. The expression Ayaram Gayaram denotes how many times he jumped parties in a very short span of time. Jharkhand also gets the next question, which is, what significance does this image have to the election process in India? What is the significance of this image to the election process in India?
Indelible ink.
Which is manufactured where?
In Mysore.
10 points to the team from Jharkhand. This is the indelible ink that is put on your finger after you cast a vote. This is an image of them being manufactured at the Mysore Paints and Varnish Limited Company. 10 points to Jharkhand. Next question to Manipur. How many proposers are required for filing the nomination for election to a seat in the State Assembly or the Lok Sabha by a candidate who does not belong to a recognized national or a recognized party? How many proposers are required if the candidate does not belong to a recognized national or recognized party?
20.
20 is not the correct answer. Teams on the buzzers now. Team from Jharkhand again.
10.
10 proposers is correct and that gets you 10 points. So for any recognized national or recognized state party, you only need 1 proposer. However, if you're not recognized, you will need 10 proposers. Those proposers have to be electors of that particular constituency. So 10 points to Team Jharkhand. Next question to Team Delhi. A prominent Anglo-Indian lawyer and educationalist He was nominated to the Lok Sabha 8 times as a representative of the Anglo-Indian community. There are 5 very famous schools across India which bear his name. I just want his name. Very famous educationalist and Anglo-Indian who was nominated 8 times to the Lok Sabha.
Is it Maulana Abul Kalam Azad?
Maulana Abul Kalam Azad was not an Anglo-Indian, so no points for that. Question on the buzzer is open now. No teams are going for it. Perhaps you've heard of these schools. The answer is Frank Anthony. Frank Anthony is his name, and there's 5 very famous schools across India that bear his name. So next question is to the team from Goa. This is an autonomous body. Membership of this is open to all current or former members of the Indian Parliament. It was founded in 1949 and it functions as the national group of the Inter-Parliamentary Union or the IPU and the main branch of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association or the CPA in India. What is the name of this body? Membership is open to all current and former members of the Indian Parliament. What is the name of this body? No, the team from Goa doesn't have it. Teams on the buzzers now. I don't think anybody wants to risk it. The correct answer is the Indian Parliamentary Group. The Indian Parliamentary Group. The next question to the team from Puducherry. If the presiding officer is satisfied that owing to blindness or any physical infirmity, a voter is unable to recognize the symbols on the EVM, she or he will permit the voter to take along an adult companion into the voting compartment for recording the vote on his or her behalf. Who does a disabled or illiterate elector in a vice presidential election take help from to record his vote? A disabled elector in a vice presidential election, whose help does he or she take to record the vote?
Is it the RO of New Delhi?
Say it again, sorry.
Returning Officer of New Delhi?
Returning Officer of New Delhi is not the right answer. Anybody on the buzzer now? Nobody's going for it? They must take the assistance of the presiding officer to record their vote. So in elections to Lok Sabha and state assemblies, the companion is allowed to assist a blind or infirm voter by giving a declaration in the form that he will keep the vote secret and that he has not already acted as a companion to any other elector on that day. However, in vice presidential elections, only the presiding officer's assistance can be taken. Next question is to the team from Jammu and Kashmir. You see a photograph of a very iconic group. Identify this group of people. It's a very famous photograph, very iconic group of people. There are 21 members you can see over there. 1 lady, 20 gentlemen. Very famous people in this photograph. What is this group that is pictured here?
Indian National Congress.
This is not the Indian National Congress. The National Congress would have thousands and thousands of people, correct? Teams on the buzzers now. The team from Delhi has pressed their buzzer. What is your answer?
First cabinet.
The first cabinet of independent India is correct. This is a photograph from the 31st of January, 1950. 10 points to the team from Delhi. Very well answered. We now move to a question to the team from Jharkhand. 3 people are known to have gained this name or this title. They have contested various elections and lost. Each time they lose, they forfeit the election deposit. What colloquial Hindi name or title is given to these people who participate and lose elections again and again, and they lose so badly this way? It's a colloquial Hindi term for people like this.
Is it Dharti Pakad?
Dharti Pakad is the right answer. 10 points to the team from Jharkhand. You're on a roll, absolutely. 3 people have been known by the title Dharti Pakad because of the fact they've contested so many elections and lost each time. The next question to the team from Manipur. Belgaum in 1924 has the distinction of having the only Indian National Congress session which was presided over by which personality? Only time this personality presided over an Indian National Congress session was in 1924 in Belgaum. Who is this personality? Famous name associated with the Indian National Congress.
B.R. Ambedkar.
B.R. Ambedkar is not the right answer. Teams on your buzzers now. The team from Goa has pressed their buzzer. What is your answer?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi is the right answer. 10 points to the team from Goa. Belgaum in 1924 was the only time he presided over a session of the Indian National Congress. The next question is to the team from Delhi. In 1969, when acting President and Vice President V.V. Giri resigned, the President Discharge of Functions Act was hurriedly passed, permitting whom to take over from him. In 1969, who took over from acting President and Vice President V.V. Giri?
M. Hidayatullah.
The then Chief Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah is correct. 10 points to the team from Delhi. Very well answered. You get a clap for that. 10 points to Delhi. The next question to the team from Goa. In recognition of his role in the freedom struggle against the Dutch, in 1947, which country conferred its highest national honor, Bintang Jasa Utama, to Biju Patnaik in 1995? Biju Patnaik was instrumental in helping this country get independence from the Dutch in 1947. They gave him an honor in 1995. Which country was that? Okay, your time's up. Teams on the buzzers now. The team from Jharkhand.
Indonesia.
Indonesia is the right answer. 10 points to the team from Jharkhand. Indonesia honored Biju Patnaik in 1995 for his role in helping them win independence. The next question to Puducherry. You will see a chart, and the chart shows the average number of candidates contesting per seat in the general elections since 1951. You'll also see a very sharp drop after 1996. Why did the number of contestants per seat drop so sharply after 1996? So as you can see, in 1951 and earlier and after that, till 1996, you saw the number of candidates per seat really increasing and going very high. In 1996, it dropped sharply. Why?
The deposit amount was increased.
And because of that?
The number of candidates dropped down because they were fearing that they would lose the deposit.
Excellent answer. 10 points to the team from Puducherry. Because of amendments to the Representation of Peoples Act in August 1996, it increased deposit amounts, it changed a little bit of the nomination rules, it made it very hard if you are not a serious candidate to stand for elections, which is why you see that huge drop. We'll take a quick look at the scores after 12 questions. We have Jharkhand on 50, Delhi on 20, Puducherry and Goa both on 10, and Jammu and Kashmir and Manipur, who I'm sure are going to catch up with the rest of the teams, but yet to open their scores. And now it's time for a short break. To know about the winners of our episode 1 audience question, please visit the Election Commission of India website and Facebook page shown on your screens. Congratulations to all the winners. We will now move to an innovative round in this grand finale. 6 questions in all, with 1 question to each team. Each team will be able to pick a topic out of 8 offered in all to play their question on. Once a team picks a topic, that team is then introduced to a grid with 9 options and a question is put to them. There are only 5 correct answers in that grid of 9, and the team has to identify as many as they can. For 5 points each. The team can choose to stop answering at any point, and they can rest with the points they have for that question. Or they can choose to give all 5 right answers and get a total of 35 points. Yes, that's right. There's a bonus of 10 points for answering all correct. Is there a catch? Of course there is. A single wrong answer can bring your score for this special round crashing down to 0. So teams, play carefully. Use your chance to answer the answers that you know are 100% correct before you start guessing. If all the teams have understood the rules of this round, we will start with the team from Manipur. Here are your topics. Manipur, read the topics and tell me which topic you would like to try.
A Tale of Two Houses.
Tale of Two Houses is what you're choosing. Let's see your grid here. Manipur, you need to pick 5 states that currently have a Vidhan Parishad or a legislative council. Please give me your answers.
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh. Can we check if Uttar Pradesh is the right answer? That is right. You get 5 points for Uttar Pradesh. You can choose to move ahead or you can choose to stop. Tell me the next state that has a Vidhan Parishad.
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Let's check Maharashtra. Also correct. That gives you additional 5 points. So now you're on 10. Let's have your third answer. Would you like to stop or would you like to continue? You'll stop right here. Okay, you've stopped, which has given you 10 points for answering 2 states correctly. What would you have guessed if you had the option to continue? We'll take a look at the grid again. This is not going to give you any minus points. You would have guessed?
Karnataka.
Karnataka. Let's see Karnataka. Karnataka would have given you 5 more points. Let's have one more guess from you and let's see what happens.
Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. There you go. Tamil Nadu would have given you a wrong answer and your score would have gone down to 0. But you managed to bank your points at the right time and you're going home with 10 points for this question. We'll now move to the team from Jammu and Kashmir. Here is your list of topics. Team, would you like to choose a topic?
Governance today.
Governance today is what you're picking. Let's check what your grid for governance today looks like. Out of these, 5 people are currently governors of Indian states. You have to tell me the 5 correct governors of Indian states who are currently governors. Team, we'll need an answer from you.
Ashok Gehlot.
Ashok Gehlot. Let's take a look at Ashok Gehlot. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. He's the former Chief Minister of Rajasthan, not a current governor. So that unfortunately gives you 0 for this question. Let's take a look at what the right answers are. Let's look at ESL Narasimhan. A correct answer. Mridula Sinha, the current governor actually of Goa. P. Satasivam. Correct. Najma Heptullah, the current governor of Manipur. And Draupadi Murmu, the current governor of Jharkhand. So those are your 5 correct answers. The other 4 are the incorrect answers. Bad luck on this question, team. And let's move on to the team from Puducherry. Here is your grid of topics. Can we have a topic from you, please?
Guardians of the Republic.
Guardians of the Republic is what you're going with. Guardians of the Ganatantra. And here is your question. I want you to pick 5 Chief Election Commissioners of India from the following. 5. Think about it, discuss with your team. Tell me the answer that you're most sure of before you move on.
H.S. Brahma.
H.S. Brahma is what you're going for. Let's see if that's the right answer. 5 points.
Achal Kumar Jyoti.
Achal Kumar Jyoti. Let's have a look. The current Chief Election Commissioner, that's correct.
V.S. Ramadevi.
V.S. Ramadevi. Let's take a look. V.S. Ramadevi is the right answer. Would you like to go for a 4th? Yes, you would. Let's hear your 4th.
T.S. Krishnamurti.
T.S. Krishnamurti. Let's take a look. That is also the right answer. You're now at 20 points. Remember, one more right answer can get you 35 points and all correct.
R.K. Trivedi.
R.K. Trivedi. Let's take a look. And R.K. Trivedi is the right answer. Congratulations. That gets you 35 points and all 5 correct, Puducherry. Very, very well done. You seem to know all your chief election commissioners very well. And now let's see if the team from Goa can pick a topic and match what Puducherry has just done. Team from Goa, pick a topic.
Seats of power.
Seats of power is what the team from Goa has gone for. Let's take a look at what your grid is. 5 of these are winning and retained Lok Sabha constituencies of Prime Ministers of India. Please remember, these are winning and retained Lok Sabha constituencies. I want the names of the 5 correct ones. Let's start with your first answer, which is?
Phulpur, Uttar Pradesh.
Phulpur, Uttar Pradesh. Let's take a look. That is correct. That's Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's constituency. Let's move on.
Rai Bareli, Uttar Pradesh.
Rai Bareli, Uttar Pradesh. Let's take a look. Unfortunately, that is the wrong answer, and I'll tell you why it's wrong. Indira Gandhi lost to Raj Narayan here in 1977. So I'm sorry, Goa. That gives you 0 for this particular question. And we move on now to the team from Delhi. Delhi, here's your list of topics. Please pick a topic.
Wise men.
You're picking wise men. Let's take a look at what your grid looks like. Pick 5 vice presidents of India. I need the names of the 5 correct vice presidents of India.
Muhammad Hidayatullah.
Muhammad Hidayatullah. Let's take a look at Muhammad Hidayatullah. That's the right answer, gets you 5 points.
Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed.
Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed. Let's take a look. Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. He was the President of India, and that gives you a score of 0 for this particular question and for this round. The other correct answers were Krishna Kant, B.D. Jatti, Gopal Swarup Pathak, and Shankar Dayal Sharma. And finally, we have the team from Jharkhand. Here are the topics that you can pick from. What do you choose? Yes, team, what are you picking?
Voice of the nation.
You're picking Voice of the Nation. Let's take a look at your grid. I need you to pick 5 speakers of the Lok Sabha. Discuss with each other and then give me a name one at a time.
G.V. Mavlankar.
G.V. Mavlankar. Let's take a look at G.V. Mavlankar. 5 points to you for that right answer.
Meera Kumar.
Meera Kumar. Let's take a look at Meera Kumar. That's 5 more points for you.
P.A. Sangma.
P.A. Sangma. Let's look at P.A. Sangma. So far you're at 15 points. You can stop at any time.
N. Sanjeev Reddy.
N. Sanjeev Reddy. Correct. 20 points. 1 more will get you the bonus and a score of 35 as well.
Balram Jakhar.
Balram Jakhar. Let's take a look if Balram Jakhar is right. And it's correct. Well done to the team from Jharkhand. You've answered 5 on 5 and you've got a score of 35 for this round. Very, very well done to the teams from Jharkhand and Puducherry, who both managed a perfect score in this round. Now that we're finished with the innovative round, let's take a look at what that's done to the scores. My word, have the scores changed? Jammu and Kashmir at 0, Manipur and Goa both at 10, Delhi at 20, Puducherry jumping up to 45, and Jharkhand with a huge lead at 85. But there's still, like I say, so much more for the quiz to come. So very well done, Jharkhand. Let's have a hand for them. And we'll go back to a direct round of questions, 12 questions, starting with a question for the team from Jammu and Kashmir. Between gaining independence from the United Kingdom on 15th August 1947 and the proclamation of a republic on 26 January 1950, what was the political status of India? Between becoming independent and becoming a republic, for those 2.5 years, what was the political status of India? No from the team from Jammu and Kashmir. On the buzzer now. Team from Delhi.
Dominion status.
It was an independent dominion. That is correct. 10 points to the team from Delhi. An independent dominion in the Commonwealth of Nations. Very well answered, Delhi. And the next question to the team from Jharkhand. How was the February 1988 Meghalaya elections with roster Sangma of the Congress and independent candidate Chamberlain Mark decided after the invocation of Section 65 of the Representation of the People's Act 1951?
By tossing a coin.
It was a tie election result and the decision was made by tossing a coin. 10 points to the team from Jharkhand for that excellent answer. And we go to a team from Manipur. You see a cartoon on the next slide and a term for an often talked about malpractice, a problem that is created by politicians. It originates from this 1812 cartoon that you will see. It satirizes the bizarre dragon-like salamander shape of a particular constituency in Massachusetts in USA. It was redrawn in a manner that favored one politician over all others. So what they did is they took a constituency and they changed the shape of the constituency so that one politician gets favored over all others. As you can see, it's shaped like a salamander, and the name of the politician it favored was Governor Elbridge Gerry. Elbridge Gerry. So what term comes from this weird reshaping of constituencies to favor somebody from what was done for Governor Gerry?
Gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering is correct. 10 points to the team from Manipur. That is an excellent answer. That's a big hand, everybody. That's a tough question. 10 points to Manipur on that one. And the next question to the team from Delhi. In 2014, who became the first individual Olympic medalist to win a Lok Sabha seat after he was elected as an MP from Jaipur rural constituency? Individual Olympic medalist who won in 2014. Who was this?
Dara Singh.
Not Dara Singh. Teams on the buzzers now. I'm sorry you pressed the buzzer before I said the word now. So you get -5. Please hold your horses and press the buzzers after I say the word now. So -5 to the team from Puducherry. Teams, please press your buzzers now. The team from Goa has pressed the buzzer. Goa, what is the answer?
Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod.
Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod is the right answer, and that's 10 points for Goa. Sorry, Puducherry, but just make sure you press the buzzer at the right time. Goa, it's your direct question now. And your question is, in this method of election, 9 hereditary sultans from the states of this country, they elect one of those of themselves to become the Agong, or the head of state of that country. Which country is this? They've got 9 sultans who collectively rule, but one of them is elected by them to be head of state of that country. Which country is this? The head of state is called the Agong.
United Arab Emirates.
United Arab Emirates is not the right answer. Teams on the buzzers now. Team from Puducherry, what is your right answer?
Bhutan.
Not Bhutan. That's another -5 for Puducherry. This is not Bhutan. The country is Malaysia. Malaysia has 9 sultans and the Agong is the head of state of Malaysia. We move to a question to Puducherry. Here's your question. What does FLC stand for in the election process? What is the full form of FLC? Teams on the buzzers now. Team from Jharkhand.
First level checking.
First level checking, FLC of EVMs. Perfect answer, 10 points to the team from Jharkhand. Very well done. This is done to ensure confidence of political parties and candidates on the use of EVMs. So now let's take a quick look at the scores. We have Jammu and Kashmir yet to open their score. Goa and Manipur tied on 20. Delhi on 30. Puducherry on 35. And Jharkhand racing ahead to 105. That deserves a hand. Very well done. First level checking of EVMs or FLC is the right answer. This is to ensure confidence of political parties and candidates in the use of EVMs. BEL or ECIL engineers, they certify originality of components after a technical and physical examination of every EVM in front of representatives from all political parties. The FLC hall is sanitized, entry is restricted, no camera, mobile phone or electronic device is allowed inside. Mock polls of at least 1,000 votes are conducted on 5% of the EVMs selected at random by reps of political parties, and the results are then shown to them. This entire process is videographed. We now move to a question to the team from Jammu and Kashmir. This word comes from the Greek words for double and ruled. It's an English word which means double and ruled in Greek. Historically, this was the system of shared rule in British India, which was established by Government of India Acts of 1919 and 1935, which devolved some powers to local councils. Some powers were given to local councils, which is why people were considered to be double ruled. What is this word that comes from the Greek?
Bicameralism.
Bicameralism is not the right answer. Teams on the buzzers now. Team from Jharkhand.
Dual government.
Not dual government, and that will get you -5. Like I said, it's a Greek word, so -5 to the team from Jharkhand. The right answer is diarchy, which means double ruled. But Jharkhand, it's your question that's coming up. Here's your question. You'll see a symbol of a particular party. It was a split away from the Indian National Congress and created by Indira Gandhi in 1967 after being challenged by the majority of the Indian National Congress Party leadership. Name this party. This was the symbol of a split away from the Indian National Congress created in 1967. Name the party.
INC ruling. Indian National Congress ruling.
Indian National Congress ruling. That is not the right answer. Teams on your buzzers now. The team from Puducherry has hit their buzzer. What is the answer?
Indian National Congress Requisition or INCR.
Indian National Congress Requisitionists or Indian National Congress R is correct. That's a very good answer from Puducherry. That gets you 10 points. We now go to a question for the team from Manipur. What is common to the following? Kachareko the rhinoceros, Dustin the turkey, who's a famous Irish TV puppet, Tuxedo Stan, who's a cat from Halifax in Canada, and Tiao, who's a chimpanzee from the Rio de Janeiro Zoo. What is common to all of them? You can see something that is common to all of them. You just have to tell me what it is.
Symbols of political party.
Symbols of political parties, which is a good guess, but not the right answer. Teams on your buzzers now. Team from Puducherry again.
They actually contested in elections.
That's correct. They are non-human electoral candidates. 10 points to the teams from Puducherry. Basically, people were so frustrated by the fact that they didn't have a candidate that they could support that they actually put forward the names of animals in the Rio Zoo or else a puppet that is seen on Irish TV, etc. Very well answered, Puducherry. 10 points to you on that one. Question to team from Delhi. This gentleman has authored a book titled An Undocumented Wonder, The Making of the Great Indian Election. The India International Institute of Democracy and Election Management to professionalize election management and share it with the emerging democracies of the world was founded under his tenure in the Election Commission. Who is this gentleman we are talking about?
It's Mr. S.Y. Qureshi.
S.Y. Qureshi is correct. 10 points to the team from Delhi. Very well answered. And now the team from Goa. This word is derived from a Latin verb which means to carry back. Its use was thought to have been derived from the Swiss canton of Graubünden as early as the 1500s. Why am I asking you this? Because as recently as 2016, we have seen the UK conduct this, which is expected to have global economic consequences. What is that word we are talking about? 2016, something very major happened in the UK, and there's a particular word in that I'm looking for. What is that word? It comes from the Latin, which means to carry back.
Referendum.
Referendum is correct. 10 points to the team from Goa. 2016, the UK had the famous Brexit referendum. 10 points to the team from Goa. Team from Puducherry, your question and the last question in this direct round. The VVPAT enables voters to physically verify their vote cast on the EVM. The paper slip is displayed behind a transparent window for exactly 7 seconds before it's automatically cut and collected in the sealed ballot compartment below. What, apart from the name and symbol of the candidate voted for, is displayed on that VVPAT slip? What else is displayed besides the name and the symbol of the candidate that has been voted for?
It's a candidate's number. Like in the electoral roll, what's his number? It will be written there.
The serial number of the candidate. 10 points to the team from Puducherry. Very, very well answered. If any voter alleges that the paper slip generated by the printer has shown the details of some other candidate besides the one he's voted for, the presiding officer shall obtain a written declaration from that elector after warning the elector of the dangers of making a false declaration. If the elector gives the written declaration, presiding officer shall permit the elector to record a test vote in his presence and in the presence of the candidates or polling agents who may be in the polling station, and then observe the slip generated by the printer. If the allegation is found to be true, presiding officer shall report the facts immediately to the returning officer and stop further recording of votes. So Puducherry, that was a simple answer to a pretty complex way of doing things. 10 points to you on that one, fantastically answered. And now let's take a look at the scores. Jammu and Kashmir still on 0, Manipur on 20, Goa on 30, Delhi on 40, Puducherry answering quickly in the last round to come up to 65, and Jharkhand still at the century mark at 100. Now let's move ahead to 10 questions on the buzzer, open to all teams to buzz. They've all been warned that hitting the buzzer before I finish reading the question can get them a penalty of -5. So I think they've all understood that, so let's start the buzzer round. On the 22nd of July 1947, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted which symbol of India? Teams, press your buzzers now. The team from Puducherry has pressed their buzzer. What is the answer?
Elephant.
Elephant is not the right answer, and that gets you -5. I'm sorry, Puducherry. The correct answer is the national flag or the tricolor, which was adopted on 22nd July 1947. We'll move to the next question. Teams, please be ready. What is the color of the ballot paper for MLAs and MLCs during presidential elections? Team from Puducherry, I'm so sorry you knew the answer, but you pressed the buzzer before I've asked you to, so that gets you -5 as a penalty. Other teams, what is the color of the ballot paper for MLAs and MLCs during the presidential election? Please press your buzzers now. Team from Jharkhand has pressed its buzzer. What is the right answer?
Blue.
Blue is not the right answer, and that gets you -5. The correct answer is pink. Ballot papers for used by elected MPs is green in color, and those used by elected members of MLAs is pink in color for presidential elections, and the details are printed in a specified language. The next question on the buzzer. A former FIFA World Player of the Year and winner of the Ballon d'Or in 1995, George Weah has just been elected president of which African country? Please press your buzzers now. Football fans, Nobody's going for it? The correct answer is Liberia in Africa. George Weah has just become the president of Liberia. We'll move on to the next question on the buzzer. At what distance from the polling station can the polling political candidate set up their booth on the day of the poll? Please press your buzzers now. The team from Delhi has pressed their buzzer. What is the right answer?
2 kilometers.
2 kilometers is not the right answer. I'm so sorry. She answered 2 kilometers.
200
I'm sorry, I heard 2 kilometers from her. That is not the right answer. The right answer, like you said, is a minimum of 200 meters, but that gets you -5. So please discuss before you answer. Okay, we move on next to the 5th question on the buzzer. What word, which originally meant scalp or head and got adopted into politics as votes, were taken by gathering people together and counting heads? In politics, they used to get people together and count heads, because of which a particular word which means head is now used in the similar context. What is that word? Press your buzzers now. Nobody's going for it. It's very standard at an election quiz. The word is poll or polling. So that's how you do. You get people together and then you just count their heads. That is the original way of doing things. Poll or polling is the right answer. Nobody gets that one. Let's move to the next question. With which bank is a candidate contesting for the office of president supposed to make a security deposit of 15,000 rupees? Team from Pondicherry, you have a penalty of -5 since I didn't ask you to press your buzzers yet. Please be careful, as I mentioned already. Other teams, please press your buzzers now. The team from Manipur has buzzed. What is your answer?
Reserve Bank of India.
Reserve Bank of India is correct, and that gets you 10 points, Team Manipur. Let's move on to the next question. Elections were held on 26 November 2017 in the first national and state level legislature elections since the new constitution came into effect in this particular country. Which country was this? Please press your buzzers now. Team from Jharkhand.
Nepal.
Nepal is correct. They had their elections on the 26th of November 2017. 10 points to the team from Jharkhand. And we'll move on to the next question. Hands on buzzers. On 3rd June 2017, the Election Commission of India organized this to prove the safety and security of EVMs. The NCP and the CPIM were the only two parties that were interested in participating. Eventually they attended, but they did not participate. What was this event? Teams, please press your buzzers now. The team from Manipur has pressed their buzzer. What is the answer?
Hackathon.
Hackathon or the EVM challenge is correct, and that gets you 10 points, Team Manipur. We'll now move on to the 9th question. If you add the standings for the 435 members of the US House of Representatives to those for the 100 US senators and 3 standings for the District of Columbia, what entity that we always hear of during American elections would you get? So if you add the 435 from there and the 100 from somewhere else and the 3 from somewhere else, what is the entity in American elections that we get? Teams on the buzzers now. No, nobody seems to have got it. This is a term we heard a lot during Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. This is the Electoral College. So 435 plus 100 plus 3 gives you 538, which is the total number of electors in the American Electoral College. And after 3 months of work on the National Elections Quiz 2018, we've arrived here at the last question of this quiz on the buzzer, at the grand finale. Let's see who gets this one. To whom must a voter show his choice of voting before putting the ballot paper into the box during Rajya Sabha elections? To whom must a voter show his choice of vote before putting the ballot paper into the box during Rajya Sabha elections? Press your buzzers now. Team from Puducherry, what is your answer?
The presiding officer.
It's not the presiding officer, and that gets you -5. This is to the authorized representative of his political party. Rajya Sabha members are elected by each state's Vidhan Sabha through single transferable vote, and the election is by open ballot voting. That is, the voter has to show his or her ballot to the party's authorized representative. And that was the last question of this grand finale. Let's take a look at those scores. Jammu and Kashmir on 0, Goa on 30, Delhi on 35, Manipur on 40, Puducherry on 45, but winning this grand finale of the National Elections Quiz 2018 is the team from Jharkhand. Taking home today the jackpot amount of rupees 1 lakh. Let's give a big round of applause to the boys from Chota Nagpur, the team from DPS Ranchi representing Jharkhand, and the national champions and of the title edition of NEQ, Madhur and Aditya. Heartiest congratulations, guys. Finishing second is team Puducherry. Very well done, guys. Heartiest congratulations to you. You're going home with a sum of 80,000 rupees. And a shout out for the team standing third, team Manipur. A round of applause for them for clinching 60,000 rupees. And all our other finalists, congratulations. You won't be going home empty-handed. You're all going home with a prize money of 50,000 rupees per team. Congratulations again to all of you. To see our 6 finalist teams emerging after thrilling zonal rounds fought by 36 teams from across India, finally finding that one winning team has been an experience of a lifetime. To all our viewers, it's a very simple thing to understand. We are a country of 1.2 billion people and a living, breathing torchbearer of democracies across the world. For our voices to be heard, we need to bring a representative that we choose forward. And the best, the easiest, and the only way to do it is by casting our vote in every election. Bringing a closure to this exciting 7-part series, here I am, Vikram Joshi, reminding all of you before I sign off. Every vote counts. We will see you now at Nirvachan Sadan, where the Secretariat of the Sanctum Sanctorum of Indian democracy stands, the Election Commission of India.